Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime channel. Kizaru is receiving significant focus in this final saga of One Piece. Some parts of his past are being revealed, shedding light on his true personality and a potential shift in ideals that might occur in the present. In today's video, we'll discuss the events of One Piece Chapter 1100 and talk about the possible changes that could happen with Kizaru in this final saga. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to smash that like button. Give us a thumbs up to unlock your Devil Fruit powers and hit that subscribe button to awaken. Now, let's jump into the video, guys. The eagerly awaited Chapter 1100 of the One Piece manga not only stunned fans with surprising twists, but also provided an unprecedented insight into the complex psychology of Admiral Borsalino, known as Kizaru. The story begins in Egghead, where Kizaru personally investigates Bartholomew Kuma's transformation into a cyborg, a process orchestrated by Vegapunk. This brilliant scientist, known for controversial creations, agrees to perform the operation that effectively removes the life from revolutionary Kuma to turn him into a machine obedient to Sakai Seifu. At the core of the narrative, an intriguing agreement between Vegapunk and the influential member of the Gorosei Saturn is revealed. Saturn promises to use his resources and influence to cure Kuma's adopted daughter, the worst generation pirate Bonnie, in exchange for the complete transformation of Kuma into an automaton dedicated to Sakai Seifu. Since then, Kizaru, Vegapunk, Kuma, and even Sentomaru began working together for many years until Vegapunk completed Kuma's transformation into a robot. During this time, a great friendship formed among them. The emotional twist goes beyond revelations about the bonds between Kizaru, Vegapunk, Sentomaru, and Kuma. In a surprising moment, Kizaru breaks his own barriers of indifference by participating in an unusual dance alongside his former comrades. While Kuma resonates with the beats of freedom, a sound that, according to legends, echoes from the heart of the deity known as Nika, the sun god, Kizaru, Vegapunk, and Sentomaru began dancing with Kuma, displaying great joy. Kizaru's gesture in joining this dance reveals an unexpected depth in his character. The Marine Admiral, known for following his unique justice known as uncertain justice, which often puts him in conflict with Sakai Seifu's orders, now engages in an act of freedom. The Dance of Freedom, led by the heartbeat of Nika, becomes a symbol of resistance against both physical and mental chains imposed by the established order. Kizaru, in his active participation, conveys a complex message about his view of justice. Even as he carries out Sakai Seifu's orders, he expresses hesitation and discomfort, suggesting an internal moral conflict. The Dance of Freedom in Chapter 1100 of One Piece not only unraveled unexplored aspects of Kizaru's psychology, but also set the stage for a possible complete turnaround in his ideals. The Marine Admiral's participation in the symbolic dance to the rhythm of Nika's heartbeat, performed by Kuma, not only exposes him to a new perspective, but could also profoundly shape his worldview, especially now that he is in an intense battle with the current bearer of the Nika fruit, Monkey D. Luffy. The epic battle between Kizaru and Luffy and Egghead is not just a physical clash, but also an ideological conflict that can change the course of One Piece's history. As they clash in a fierce exchange of blows and strategies, the conflict goes beyond the surface of the battle, reaching the core of Kizaru's convictions. The young pirate Monkey D. Luffy, now the bearer of the Nika fruit, unleashes a power and presence that resonate with the beats of freedom. His uncompromising approach and pursuit of freedom might make Kizaru recall the past. This coincidence is not just a twist of fate, but potentially a catalyst for Kizaru's transformation. The confrontation between Kizaru and Luffy is not only a physical conflict, but a clash of philosophies. Kizaru's indecision about what is right or wrong, coupled with his growing emotional connection to Kuma and others, might lead Kizaru to change his ideals once again. Luffy's presence, embodying the principles of freedom and resistance, could trigger deep reflection in Kizaru, prompting him to question his own beliefs. A change that many fans are speculating might happen, especially because Kizaru has so far been the only admiral not to reveal his true desires. Kizaru has no ambition or personal goals. He follows Sakai Seifu simply because he believes it is the right thing to do, without without even considering whether his actions truly align with him. With the upcoming chapters set to be released, the possibility of a renewed battle between Kizaru and Monkey D. Luffy is very high, which could lead to a significant change in Kizaru, causing the Admiral of Light to alter his ideals. Facing Luffy's abilities and presence, Kizaru would not only perceive the powerful connection to the deity Nika, but also begin to glimpse in Luffy the personification of the hoped-for freedom. The revelation that Luffy is the current bearer of the Nika fruit, the deity mentioned by Kuma in the past, would add an even deeper dimension to the conflict. Kizaru, once an indecisive man regarding Sekai Seifu's orders, would see in Luffy not only a formidable opponent, but also a symbol of change and freedom. Luffy's fearless actions, his tireless pursuit of freedom and justice, would begin to resonate with the prophecy associated with Nika. Kizaru, who always hovered between duty and his own doubts, would begin to see in Luffy the hope for a world free from the oppressive shackles of Sekai Seifu, choosing to switch sides and help Luffy change the world. This perception would cast shadows of questioning over Kizaru's loyalties, leading him to reconsider his role in implementing Sekai Seifu's orders. The revelation of Luffy as the possessor of Nika's power would not only affect the dynamics of the fight in Egghead, but also suggest an imminent transformation in Kizaru's perspective on the world and justice. By glimpsing the hope personified in Luffy, Kizaru could find in his actions and determination an inspiration to break the psychological chains that bound him. Luffy, now seen as the one responsible for bringing freedom to the world, could be the catalyst to even free Kizaru's hesitant heart, triggering a seismic change in the alliances and convictions of the characters. The upcoming chapters of One Piece would not only deliver an epic battle, but also promise significant transformations in the plot, as Luffy's revelation as the bearer of hope would chart a new path for the future. In this new confrontation that could happen between Kizaru and Monkey D. Luffy in the upcoming chapters, after both characters recover, Kizaru would better analyze Luffy's power and realize that he is the one Kuma sought in the past, the deity of liberation, sparking an ideological conflict in his mind. Faced with the revelation of Luffy as the bearer of hope and freedom, Kizaru would face a very important decision, whether to continue following the objectives of Sekai Seifu and the Marines, or embark on a new path in search of a free world. The intense battle, permeated by the echoes of the Nika deity, would serve as a stage for Kizaru's internal metamorphosis, while Sekai Seifu's orders and the discipline of the Marines remained as chains that bound him. The hope personified by Luffy would emerge as an irresistible force, unleashing a revolution in his heart. At this crucial moment, Kizaru would be faced with the choice between continuing his status within the Marines, marked by the corruption and injustice of Sekai Seifu, or taking an unconventional path aligned with the new hope that Luffy represents. A very difficult decision, as Kizaru has followed the orders of the Marines and Sekai Seifu from very early on without even questioning them. This change of ideals could be very hard to assimilate. Kizaru's decision to take a new path would involve detaching himself from the Marines, Sekai Seifu, and his old obligations. The quest for a significant transformation in the world, led by the Straw Hats and inspired by the hope that Luffy represents, could lead Kizaru on a journey of self-discovery and redemption. By leaving the comfort of his position and becoming an agent of change, Kizaru could become an unusual ally for the Straw Hats. Together, they could challenge the oppressive structures of the world government, working to establish an era of freedom and equity. This change in Kizaru would not only offer an exciting battle, but also showcase his fair side. We can only wait with anticipation to discover which path he would choose. A choice that could completely change not only Kizaru's destiny, but also that of many other characters. That's a wrap for today's content. We hope you enjoyed it and want to share your thoughts on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and catch you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.